Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to work on our single arm outside pendulum. Pendulums are the hardest thing for people to learn, whether with two hands or one hand. A pendulum is essentially a clean. Cleans are where you get a weight from down by ground level up to shoulder height. You do it with kettlebells, you do it with dumbbells, you do it with barbells, you do it with heavy clubs. The thing that clubs do better than anything else is they stop moving in this frontal plane and they start moving in the human planes of rotation. All of the casting pattern or throwing pattern rotation planes. We pick up the club to our order position. This is the equivalent of rack in Olympic lifting or in kettlebells. Our arm is at a 90-degree angle. Our elbow is close to our hip. You will find that most people who do strength sports have this same elbow cue. That elbow is in the same spot in kettlebells that it is in heavy clubs. The difference is the weight, but the biomechanics are essentially very similar. When we learn the single arm version of anything, we start by practicing the two-handed version. That has the effect of making sure that people are rotating all the way. If you do it without working on the two-handed version at some point, people tend to not rotate and not get the full effect of the exercise. Let's do a quick review of the two-hand outside pendulum, then we'll pull the bottom hand away and talk about what you have to think about. Step up to your club, 2 feet point straight ahead. That is key with all of these exercises as we rotate. If our feet are turned out and we are rotating in, our knee is doing something it probably should not be doing. Feet straight ahead, feet directly under our shoulders. 2 hands point towards the sky, stack your hands on top of each other, pick the club up to order position, arm at that 90-degree angle. Outside is easier to learn for most people than inside when it comes to pendulums. Think of this as an outside hang power clean. Rotate, load the opposite leg. The leg will start the movement. The leg pushes, then the arms push, tip, load back up, and catch. It is a side clean. Rotate back to center, stand all the way up. Rotate, push, swing, pull, catch, center. Rotate, push, swing, pull, catch, center. Take the bottom hand away. When we move, our hand will slide down to the bottom of the club, but we are going to rotate all the way on all the movements. Starting from the outside, opposite leg loads. Push, swing, straight arm, pull, catch, elbow to hip, rotate back to center, stand all the way up. Outside, push, load, swing, pull, catch, come back to center. When you set it down with good technique. Things that will go wrong. When you do it with two hands, it is very hard not to look at the club at the bottom. If you do, then the elbow bends and it lets you know that you're doing it wrong. When you stop holding with the bottom hand, people tend to get down to the bottom and not rotate. We should rotate. One knee drives forward, one knee drives back. The spine rotates as we sit down. Think of that as a deadlift position that has been rotated. That bottom hand comes away so that elbow can remain straight. As we swing up, we are powering just like a deadlift with our hips. Pull the elbow in. Just like if you were doing a barbell clean, you would be fast at the top. It is smooth. Same thing is true here. Fast and then slow to decelerate the weight into our order position. Then we stand all the way up at the top, just like with any other heavy clean. Let's demonstrate it quickly with the other hand because it goes the other way. Many people when learning this have a hard time and they will try to do outside clean with this hand and then they will mimic their bad hand going the same direction. These go away from our center line. Step up to the club, 2 feet point straight ahead, order position, elbow on body, physically touching your body every time. 2 hand for 1 rep first to make sure we're rotating the right direction. Load the back leg, stand up with the back leg to start, push, swing, pull, catch. take the bottom hand away, push, elbow lock, swing, pull, catch. Push, swing, pull, catch. Come back to center every time. Eventually you can take that out. Rotate, heel flat on the ground, leg drives forward. Push, swing, pull, catch with the back leg. Stand all the way up. Set it down with good technique. Cleans are an incredibly important family of athletic development. With barbell, you have a dead clean starting from the ground. You have hang cleans, you have power cleans, you have squat cleans. With kettlebells, you have dozens of variation of clean. All of those tend to move in this plane of movement, front and back. You can do these movements outside cleans with kettlebells, but kettlebells tend to be much heavier. Think 24K versus say 25 pounds, that's a 25-pound difference. You can do outside with kettlebells, but the more it goes outside, the harder it is to do with a heavy weight. Kettlebells do certain things very well. It does outside cleans okay. Clubs do outside and inside and rotation movements better than anything else that there is in the training world. Outside cleans with clubs are just as important as kettlebell cleans or barbell cleans for athletes. Oftentimes when you look at a history of injury in athletes, you can look at outside movements and inside movements, and one of them tends to be weak if they have a history of injury. Just by practicing single arm clubbing, you are accidentally prehabbing a bunch of future injuries by making sure that your body rotates equally both ways. Every sport is based on rotation. Every time you throw something, it's based on rotation. If you're into combat sports, it is a lot more outside rotation. Every jab is an outside rotation. The heavy club outside pendulum is the best way to start with a lightweight and get to a heavyweight on an outside clean pattern rotation.